Good afternoon, members of the CCAM. Welcome to the pre-awards briefing for the 2022 Industry Excellence Award. This session has been booked for 1.5 hours. The presentation will take approximately 1 hour, followed by a question and answer session. If you have any questions, you can actually either put it in the chat or the Q&A, right? So on this panel, we have Tila, who is the organizing chairperson. Tila is an executive committee member of CCAM. She's not new to the CCAM Industry Excellence Awards, having chaired this for the past 2 years and is on to her 3rd year as an organizing chairperson. She brings with her more than 20 years of contact center experience, ranging from delivery, transition, and transformation. She's currently in a customer experience role at DXC Technology with a focus on customer contact center operations and automation. She has managed both in-house and outsourced centers and has headed a contact center of almost 1,000 resources, managing contacts across multiple channels. The next panelist who is on board with us today is Mary Nair. With a psychologist background, she has worked in the area of change management, customer engagement, business transformation, communication, and training for over 30 years. Mary has lived and worked in Australia for many years. She has held various senior management roles with Optus Communication and Telesoft Communication in Australia, and was instrumental in the setting up of the telemarketing and customer service centers. Mary has been in Malaysia for over 25 years now. She has years of experience in audio production and is passionate about IVRs and the need for better telephony services across Asia. Let us now welcome Tila to start off the presentation. Over to you, Tila.
Thank you, Manju. Good afternoon, everybody. So welcome to the 2022 Contact Center Association Industry Excellence Awards. So it's good to see a lot of people back again. This is the 3rd year I'm helping to chair the awards for CCAM. So how we will go through this is I will take you through the various categories that we have for corporate as well as individual, what the awards registration process is, and the timelines. I think that's all really very important for all of us. Just to let you know that this year we've made some changes. So if you've followed the awards, last year and the year before, we had introduced some new categories because of the pandemic. So with the pandemic, while we saw introduction of new categories, we also have seen the rise of technology, and that's getting a lot of airtime within the contact center. So we want to recognize that the contact center is now more technologically advanced, perhaps. The usage of technology is very prevalent, and we want to see what contact centers are doing about it. So you will see a slightly more technically, how would I say, technically
focused.
Yes, thank you for that word. Technically focused awards this year, right? For each of the awards that we have set, both in the corporate and individual, we will share with you the subcategories that are under each corporate and individual award, what the qualifying criteria are, and what the measurement criteria is. So this will give you an idea on how to actually place your teams, your team members, or various other aspects of the awards. Okay, we can go into the awards proper. So this is our 23rd year. The reason why we are doing this is because we want to identify and honor everybody's efforts as members of the contact center industry in Malaysia. So the awards, the way we structure these awards is with the aim to recognize how innovative and persistent contact centers are as a practice. And we want to also increase customer advocacy, and we want to transform Malaysia into a world-class leader. I think that has been something that we have been focused on as far as CCAM is concerned. So I'm very excited with the categories that we've formulated for this year. I hope you are too. And so we'll get on with it. So when I spoke about changes in the way we have actually formulated or structured our awards, we are looking at the way we have put in, the way we are asking for you to nominate. We want to look at all the achievements that your teams or your team members have actually achieved in the last year. We're looking at innovative CX experiences. And we also want to look at the acceleration of digital growth, as I mentioned a little earlier. Yeah. So where are we going with this? We want to recognize the digital evolution. So as we've seen, we are moving into that phase, and we want to recognize that while we've in the past recognized our professionals, our team leaders, and some amount of support roles, we've also seen an evolution in the support roles that are being offered within the contact center. And we want to acknowledge their support, their contribution to the contact center. And there are also some awards for focusing on customer-centric agents. I'm sure these are things that everybody knows like the back of their hand, but just a gentle reminder, right? So what are the definitions? So when we talk about contact centers, we're talking about where, you know, the predominance of work is handling customer interactions via the various channels. This could be inbound, outbound, help desk, telemarketing, service and support centers. Seats, how do we actually define them? Is the physical location with the various communication tools. And of course, agents are our superstars actually, customer service representatives who handle customer interactions at the contact center. So on this slide, we actually, these are again, just reminders on what we talk about as an in-house contact center, what is an outsourced contact center. And of course, both in-house and outsourced contact centers have got inbound and outbound activity. So all this is defined just so there is no confusion later on when you are submitting your templates or submitting your nominations. These are just guides for everybody. Okay, so now we'll get down into the corporate and individual awards categories. This awards are actually, we are looking at data that has to be presented from January 2021 till December 2021. So if you've seen in the previous years, we always ask for data of the previous year so that you are able to give us 12 months of data, right? So the evaluation period will be from January 2021 till December 2021. So from our corporate awards categories, so we've got Best In-House Inbound Contact Center. That is an old award, technically. We have now changed the way we categorize it into subcategories. We have what we call mid-sized and we have large. So mid-sized for contact centers below 200 seats, and large is for contact centers above 200 seats. So in previous years, we have always used 100 as a benchmark. and say, oh, contact centers below 100 seats, contact centers above 100 seats. So when we were deliberating on what would we categorize as a mid-size or large contact center, several numbers came about because the industry, the contact center industry in Malaysia is definitely growing. So we were figuring we want to use 300. I said, but it's a jump from where we have 100, where we had 100, and moving it up to 300. So we said we will do a 100% jump this year, and we will reevaluate this number, looking at what the trend is in the contact centers in Malaysia. We are definitely growing, and we need to recognize that, and we need to consistently raise the bar. If you will see with our measurement criteria as well, we are consistently trying to raise the bar, because the bar that we had set previously is something that is already easily achievable, because our contact centers are already providing that sort of excellence. So you want to take this a notch higher in order to challenge everybody. Okay, so a mid-sized contact center will be for those below 200 seats, and a large contact center is above 200 seats. And this will be re-evaluated in the coming years. For best outsourced inbound contact center, again, we have mid-sized and large, below 200 seats and above 200 seats. Next category is best outbound contact center, which is again divided into two subcategories, which is in-house outbound and outsourced outbound. It's a little bit of a mouthful. My tongue is getting a little twisted. So in-house outbound and outsourced outbound. So this is for both in-house centers and outsourced centers, where they may have outbound teams. Best new contact center project. This is for contact centers who onboard, existing contact centers who are onboarding either a new project, a new customer, and they would participate in this category. Again, this is divided into two, which is for in-house as well as for outsourced. These are the first four categories, categories that we've had in previous years. Now, this is a new one, Best Digital Innovation Program. As I alluded to this earlier, we are moving into a more technologically advanced contact centers. We want to recognize that. We want to see what is it that you're doing in your contact centers. What is it that you can share with the rest of the industry? What makes you special? So these are opportunities for you to actually shine. The first category is best use of data analytics in a contact center. This is open. It is for both in-house and outsourced contact centers. We do not demarcate that. The next one is best use of automation in a contact center. So this can be any automation that you're deploying within the contact center, and tell us how that has been used. The next one is best data security practices in a contact center. Given that we are constantly dealing with either customers or internal customers or external customers' data, we want to find out, or we would like to know, how is it that you safeguard them? What do you do? What practices do you employ? How are you doing this? Okay, all these three subcategories are open. So both in-house and outsourced, for both in-house and outsourced. The next category is Best Employee Experience Program in a contact center. This is slightly different already. Previously, we looked for Best Employee Engagement in a contact center. So this time, we want to look at what is your employee experience in a contact center, and we want to find out what your programs are. So we'd like you to share that. The next one is Best Social Media Program for a contact center. And the last one is Best Corporate Social Responsibility Program in a contact center. So both of these are open categories for both in-house and outsourced. They would both compete in the same category. These are existing from last year. There's been no change in that. Okay. Now come to individual awards. The first one is Best Contact Center Professional Voice, which is again divided into mid-sized and large. So mid-size, going back to how we were in the corporate categories, mid-sized centers are those below 200 seats and large centers are above 200 seats. Now, contact center professional, why we have divided this into voice and omni-channel is the definitions we will share a little later, but we are looking at voice agents, meaning agents who handle customer interactions predominantly through the voice channel. And the next category is contact center professional omni-channel, is where the interactions are primarily non-voice, or what we would say omni-channel. But of course, omni-channel would include voice, but we're looking at primarily non-voice as the primary interaction channels. So again, this is also divided into mid-sized and large. This is the Best Contact Center Professional Omni-Channel is a new category for this year. Earlier, I'd also spoken about how our contact center roles are evolving, and we wanted to recognize that. So we have our workforce management analyst, that is as we had in previous years, trainer as we had in previous years, quality assurance specialist as we had in previous years. What is new this year is we are recognizing the IT business partner. We are looking at a HR business partner. And finally, we are also looking for data analysts or scientists, whichever, whatever it is that role exists in your contact center. So in the last 2 years, when we had the contact center professional as an open category, we had people, different centers putting in either an IT person, putting in their HR people, putting in their business ops, and but we've also seen there is a surge in centers having data analysts as a role, and it goes beyond your reporting specialists, right? So we'd like to see you nominate some of your data analysts or scientists for this role. This is an open category, so it's for both in-house and outsourced together. The next one is Best Contact Center Sales Specialist. This is an existing award that we've given from previous years, and this is an open category. The next one is Best Contact Center Team Leader. We will segregate that between inbound and outbound. The next award is a new award. This is our Hero Award. We're actually quite excited about this because this is for anyone within your organization that you think is a hero. It can be an agent, it can be a support person, it can be a team leader, but this is not applicable for your contact center manager or your head of contact center. So this is for roles below the contact center manager. All right. So this Hero Award is maybe what I would classify as your most valued player or most valued person, right? So who is this person who has made a significant contribution to your organization, to your contact center, and you think this person is a superhero in your eyes? So please tell us about it. We'd like to hear as well. Okay, and this is an open category. We'll get into the details a little later. And of course, we've got our Best Contact Center Manager and Best Head of Contact Center. Right, let's get into the awards registration process. Right. Okay, so we will run all of this online. We are trying to eliminate paper or emails. So, you know, because there could be emails go missing, paper goes missing. So our process would be the participating organization will need to submit a registration form. CCAM will verify that and issue an invoice, after which a login access will be provided to the company awards liaison. We would ask that you have a liaison person who CCAM would liaise with, right? And then after that, once payment has been arranged, whether payment has been approved or payment arrangement has been made, you can submit your nominee registration, and that will be verified and confirmed by CCAM. Why we're saying that is because we want to make sure that you are entering the right categories. While we've given as much guidance as possible in the various criteria and all that, but we inevitably, you know, there might be a there might be a little bit of misunderstanding. So we want to try and verify that to make sure everybody is in the right category and you are participating in the correct category. We haven't changed our entry fees. So for corporate entries, it is 1,000 ringgit, and for individual entries, it's 500 ringgit. So all this will be done through a registration system, which we will share with you at a later date, probably by next week or so. Now let's come to the timelines now. Right. So today we are at the launch of the awards, and by next week you should be able to register. Once all of this registration payment is all complete, we will release the online template. Once you have submitted, your participants have all completed the online submission, then we will start the first phase of it, which is our desktop judging. So we will have 3 judges go through each individual entry. So each entry will have 3 judges who will go through your template submissions, after which we will then, based on the scores that you achieve, we will let you know if you make it to the second phase, which is round 2. So round 2 will be a virtual presentation and interview. Again, like we did in the last 2 years, we're not doing site visits. I think we're done with that. It's over and done with already. So we're going to do virtual visits. We have introduced a new element to it, which I'll share a little later. And then once we tabulate the scores from your desktop judging and your virtual presentation and interview, we will then, after we've done our calibration with the judges, then we would assign the awards. Now let's come to the dates. I think these are dates that are important. Mark them in your calendars. So today we are doing our pre-awards briefing. We hope to open our registration on the 7th of April, and we will close that registration on the 28th. On the 29th, we want to hold what we call a coaching clinic. Now, what do you say? What do you mean by a coaching clinic? You know, so we want to share as much information with participants as possible on what judges want to see, what we want to see, what you should highlight in your templates. What do you think is probably, or what we think is probably the X factor that will help you win, or you know, that will give you an edge? So this is feedback that we've taken from last year. From the judges, based on their observations during the judging process. So we want to try and help push that bar a little higher, because last year we did have some organizations probably struggling. We don't want that. You know, we want everybody to win. So it's going to get a little tougher for the judges, yes, you know, but I think, as I said at the beginning, we want to continuously raise the bar. And this is a method of us trying to help every aspirant in this. Mary, did you have anything that you'd like to add into this?
No, I guess just like you said, it's to guide the participants and just to make sure that everyone is on the same page as to what the expectation is going in before they start their desktop submission. And at that point, we can also clarify any questions and so on that they may have. But we want to make sure everybody is off to a clean start and understands how to go about the process of submitting for the awards. Yeah.
Thanks, Mary. So because in the previous years as well, you know, we've had people not sure how to get into the system or how to actually fill out the template and things like that. So this is for us to help you and get ready, right? We will open round 1 submissions, which is a template, on the 9th of May, and we will close that on the 3rd of June. And we will then start desktop judging on the 10th. On the 22nd, we also plan to have a session called Hear It from the Champions. This is a session that we've had annually. This is more for previous year's winners to come share their experience. So what is it that they did? So while we have the coaching clinic in April, in June, we are going to hear it from literally the horse's mouth, right? So those who have won, what did they do to win? How did they go about garnering that gold award? You know, what extra ingredient did they throw in? Well, how did they wow the judges? You'll hear it from the winners themselves. And we will close desktop judging on the 8th of July. On the 18th of July, we will then announce our finalists. So all those lucky ones who make it to round 2. And then we start round 2, which is the virtual interview session. Sorry, this is not the virtual interview. This is for registration of round 2. Okay, so now this is a little different from last year. And you're probably going, now why is there opening and closing of round 2 submission and then there's virtual judging? So what is that different, right? So I told you earlier that we've got a little different element this year. So what we want to do is we want a submission of a video, right? Whether, depending on the category that you are participating in. If it's an individual category, we'd like to see a video of the person who's participating. If it's a corporate category, we'd like a video of what you'd like to showcase to us, right? So we are allotting between 19th of July till the 8th of August to get your video ready and submitted. Okay. We will also release the interview schedule on the 22nd of July. So we are giving you ample time to prepare, because while you submit your video, the judges will view the videos ahead of your interview session. Okay, they are not going to view that video at the point of time we are conducting the interview, as we did in the previous years. No. So this year, we are asking that you submit your video ahead of time. Okay, and that is between the 19th of July till the 8th of August. And we will release the interview schedule on the 22nd of July. So that will give you ample time to then prepare, whether your teams, your location, your people, whoever you want to involve, get everybody ready. So we will run the virtual judging between the 16th of August till the 9th of September. As I mentioned earlier, for round 1, each participant will have 3 judges evaluate them. For round 2, which is the virtual judging, we will still have 3 different judges evaluating each participant. Okay, we've done this last year. We're doing this again this year. So for previous year's participants, this is nothing new. Okay. We will close. I'm sorry.
So just to add to that, I think what we've tried to do this year is to give you a lot more time to prepare, particularly from stage 1 to stage 2, and in releasing the interview schedule ahead of actually, so that everyone can have that time to get themselves ready. Now, you notice the videos all have to be submitted. And after that, then we will schedule your interviews so that you can focus on your interview and the interaction with the judges. And the video is your intro or your pitch before, to show us or to showcase what it is you want us to see about your submission for that particular category. So.
All right. Thanks, Mary.
Okay.
Okay, so the virtual judging will be between 16 August till 9th of September. Once we close that on the 9th of September, we will then calibrate with the judges, and awards will be presented on the 30th of September this year. This year, we are hoping for a physical event, given that Malaysia is opening up, sort of, from tomorrow. And we are moving from a pandemic to an endemic stage. So hopefully we will be able to do this physically. I think everybody is quite eager to do this physically. I know I am. I'd like to meet everybody face to face. Okay. Right. So we definitely look forward to your participation this year. You may ask whatever questions that you do have in the chat, or if you want to write into CCAM, you could. Okay, I see there are some questions in the chat already. As for the qualifying and measurement criteria for each category, we have that all detailed out, and we will post that on our website tomorrow, by tomorrow, Manju?
Okay. Yeah, tomorrow is fine.
Yeah.
Together with the
so all the criteria will be against the categories, and you will be able to download that from the website. But please do bookmark the site so that whatever FAQs, whatever announcements will go up on the site in case you miss our emails, because I think some of you have thrown us into the junk or spam folder already. CCM emails go into the spam or junk. So you may miss some of the announcements. So please do visit the website, the CCM website, regularly. We will also upload questions that we're getting today, so that those who are not present here today, or if you've forgotten what was actually discussed, you can actually go to the website and we will put the FAQ up. Okay.
Kila, do you want me to read some of the questions? I mean,
yes, please.
Yeah?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yes, please.
While I have answered some of them, but I think it's okay. I will read those questions. So this one from Peter Chin. He's asking, the best digital innovation is divided into 2 separate awards. Is that correct?
It's 3.
Three separate awards. Is that correct?
Yes. So we have, oh dear, let's see. Would you mind going back to the 3? Right. So you've got the best use of data analytics, best use of automation. So best use of data analytics is 1 award. We will award gold, silver, bronze for that. Then we have best use of automation in a contact center. That will have your 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, and best data security practices. So that will also have your first, second, and third winners. So the umbrella is digital innovation, and then you've got all these 3 awards in between. Okay.
Thanks, Tila. So the next question is from Maha. Actually, last year, I think the employee experience was a video. Employee engagement, rather, was a video. So this year, for the employee experience, is that going to be a video? But I know you have answered that, but maybe you want to reiterate.
Maybe I'll take this one.
Sure.
I think for all the categories, they all have a desktop submission to be put together. So there will be questions associated with a category that we will need a response. And the video component will come at the second stage, which is if they make it into round 2, then they will need to put together a video component in order to respond to that part. Okay. Anything else, Tila, you want to add?
No, I think you covered that. Thank you.
Okay.
Manju?
There's another question, Manju.
Sorry, the question just came. So for the Hero Award, will the manager present the award or the participant? Oh, when I think this question is from Maha. Present meaning.
Okay, so I think who is actually going to talk about the award? Maha, I think that may be your question. So if somebody is nominating, say, their trainer, it'll be the trainer who will come and speak about why they've been nominated. Okay, because and that nomination has to be, I think one of the criteria we've asked is for letter of commendation as well from their head of business unit and all that. So it will be this person. So it has to be someone that the organization, while it shouldn't be a surprise, right? So the manager can't come up and say, oh, I'd like to talk about, say, Maha, who's my hero. But I think Maha will come out and say why my organization thinks I'm a hero. Mary?
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, like Tila said, the Hero Award, the nomination has to come from the organization. And it's not just a submission, it's actually a written commendation as to why they believe this person is a hero. So we will have different nominations from different organizations, and they will all compete in that particular award. So you will have to present yourself and share with us why you are the best hero out of all the others that have been nominated. Yeah. I hope that answers the question.
Manju, any other questions?
Yeah, I'm just asking the audience, are there any more questions? You can actually raise your hand and ask the question if you want, or you can put it in the chat, because sometimes,
Just too bad, Maha. So Maha says we answered the questions and it's just too sad that she can't be the hero.
She can't be the hero.
we allocated actually more time for question and answers, so we expect.
So I will take it as my explanation was crystal clear. Everybody understood now, because I think all this information, this deck will be shared on the website. So if you've missed anything during the presentation, you can always go back there. Will this recording may be made available as well, Manju? It would be, right?
Tomorrow, because we need to do some cleanup on the recording, take out the blanks and things like that. So maybe by end of tomorrow, it should be uploaded on the website. Okay, I think, is there any more questions? Q&A. How long is the video? Yeah, okay, this is from Bernard.
Mary?
We have to leave something for anticipation. We will so we will give all the directives and instructions to the people who submit. I mean, you know, we mentioned the coaching clinic. We will be sharing a lot of the information to all the participants who come in and join the awards, and specifically give very detailed information. So I'm sorry, Bernard, I can't tell you now.
Thanks, Mary. There's another question from Bernard. Is the new contact center remaining 2 years and below?
Mary, go ahead.
Okay, so you will notice that the best new contact center is not there. And the reason for this is because we looked at the past 2 years, and we really had not had any participation in this particular category. And we know it is probably, you know, we are looking for to encourage people to come. But I think you will notice that within the categories that have been presented, there is scope for, you know, for people to come in, and then we will look at that. But for this year, no, we took that category out due to non-participation over the last 2 years.
So maybe, Mary, the best new contact center project, if you're talking about the project, maybe that could be the question as well by Bernard, if that if the 2 years, below 2 years apply.
The best new contact center project is really targeted to existing call centers that are already out there. And this could be a new project or a new customer that you are onboarding. And yes, the 24-month stipulation is still in there for that particular category. And we do realize that you are potentially using existing infrastructure. This was a little bit different to a brand new contact center, which was brand new, not in place before, and not riding on existing infrastructure that is already in place. So yeah. Tila, any more you want to add?
No, I think, yeah, that's fine.
Any more questions from anybody? Okay, if there's no questions, well, thank you very much to the panelists for going through the slides, and for all the participants to attend this session. The registration link will be sent out by CCAM after the 7th. We really hope this has been fruitful. Look out for the coaching session, right? The coaching clinic that's coming up on the 29th of April. Look out for that. I hope many of you will participate. And we also look forward to your registration once the registration opens. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you all.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.